College is a pivotal point in a person's life. You have to ask yourself, what's most important to you? How do your worldviews differ from your peers' worldviews? How can two people connect and engage even if both of their conversations periodically collide? Well, that's what we're here today to answer.
Best and worst Harry Potter houses. I have an opinion on that. Oh, yeah.
It's like a, okay.
Best Harry Potter house, Ravenclaw.
Definitely not. Obviously Gryffindor. There's 7 movies about them.
No. But
and even in the books, like Gryffindor's the best, and they win all the time, every year.
it's just about Gryffindor because that's where the main character's house is.
Because he's the bravest and the best.
But the smartest, Hermione, should have been Ravenclaw. Therefore,
That is true. I don't know why
Ravenclaw. They
she
wouldn't
was
have
Gryffindor.
survived. They would not have survived without.
But it just proves that Hermione's courage is stronger than her wisdom.
Or that's what she needed to grow the most in.
And then Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff are basically non-existent in the movies, period.
But that doesn't mean they're not important. They're just in the background, kicking butt.
I mean, the book readers care.
Which is the most important fan?
I guess so. And I mean, we're not even talking about Slytherin, because
No.
if I had to pick a second,
No
Slytherin
Slytherin.
would be number 2, because they're the coolest.
Slytherin's out. Slytherin's the worst.
It's just because, and you're saying that
Hufflepuff
just
is the
because the
second best.
movies mean that that Gryffindor's not the best, Slytherin's not the worst just because the movies portrayed him to be.
No, Slytherin's the worst because they're just the worst in general.
I disagree. What are your reasons for that?
Well, they're turning out most dark wizards. There's no other dark wizards
Racism.
from Ravenclaw.
No, I that is not true. There's dark wizards from every house.
But the most come from Slytherin.
That's just coincidence. But
Hufflepuff
I still
is
think,
clearly the second best.
in what ways? What has Hufflepuff ever done?
Cedric Diggory.
Who's dead?
But he was amazing.
In what ways? Even in the book, he was kind of a douchebag the whole time. The only thing that he did pleasant in the whole thing was tell Harry to open the egg underwater.
So that
that is
was
the
pleasant?
only
That
good
wasn't
thing
the whole
Hufflepuff
time?
ever did for the entire movie series.
Hufflepuff provides loyalty. That's a great, great feature in people.
You're right. I can agree with that one.
There you go.
But in conclusion, I think that Gryffindor's the best, and you won't change my mind.
Nope, I disagree.
But I'm also a Gryffindor house, so that's who I am. Physical books or ebooks?
I think I can do that. I think you're up for a challenge.
So, do you prefer physical books or ebooks?
It typically depends on the type of class I'm taking, but I usually prefer ebooks because I like the convenience of being able, if I'm looking for something, I can Control F on my computer, just type in whatever word or topic I'm looking for, and it'll take me directly to there instead of using up more time to really comb through the book.
I'm the other way. Mostly I will use a physical book. I own several hundred books. I like the fact that I can walk into a library and pick up a book and flip to the pages. And it feels to me like it sticks with me longer, that I will remember. I can remember articles I've read dozens of years ago, and I can go back and just by the visual, I can go back and find the book, and I don't think I could do that electronically. I don't think I would remember. I'd have to go back and do a Google search or something and try to, it just doesn't have the same, it's not tactile.
Okay. And another plus for me is the convenience of being able to have 10 to 20 books, all that I'm using on one device. If I'm trying to study all day in the library, I don't have to worry about forgetting my books. I have all of them on my laptop, so as long as I can access the internet, I have all the resources available to me.
That's true, as long as your laptop doesn't die or
Right.
whatever. And for me, the electronic just doesn't seem to, It is not as comfortable on the eyes to read something electronically, and you can't flip the pages as quickly. You can't just say, oh, I want to go to page 297 just by flipping the book open. Or in the military, we had what they call the dirty finger method. If you were looking at a manual, you could go to the dirtiest pages in the book, and that was the pages that people most often used when they were fixing the airplane. You could find things very quickly just by, you knew that it wasn't going to be in that area because it was commonly used.
Right. Well,
okay, I think we're kind of getting to the end of this. So have we changed each other's mind at all?
I don't think so, but
No?
I definitely see what you're saying though.
DC or Marvel? Clearly Marvel.
Definitely DC on that one. I think when it comes to DC and Marvel, the opinion differentiates depending on what genre you're talking about. Because in my opinion, the DC comics are better, but obviously the Marvel movies are better.
Well, I mean, you could look at it as, I prefer Marvel because you get the characters, you get their background, their story, they're relatable. Where DC, it's, with the exception of Batman, with DC, it's, here's, someone kicking butt,
Well-
Or with Marvel, it's like a relatable person, like Captain America. Guy
Well-
trying to save the world.
That's what I mean though, is that like the DC movies are trash because they don't represent how good the comics were. Because the comics did do way more
Yes,
character
yeah.
development and more background stories and things that like you actually cared about to connect with the characters, but now they're just like pooping out movies
Well,
and
like,
they're not that great. And
The Flash, DC comic, doesn't really go into much background story. Does a little bit of background here and there, like my mom died, but not really big on the background. It's more of his adventures currently.
yeah, but
you know,
even
whereas
Marvel
in-
does that too. They're like, this is our one background story, and then it just tells
But
where
Marvel
they're
goes
going
and
from there.
continues the background throughout the stories. Like, you don't just get that one little bit of this what happened that one time where you have to read and go back to that same comic.
I feel like I'm not a fan of flashbacks. If every movie has to have 15 flashbacks, then I'm like, why didn't we just see this story first? Which is what I think DC does. But I will say that like even like Aquaman, it's gonna come out, it's gonna be bad. All of them are bad.
Because it's a DC movie.
But I can't deny that the Marvel movies are good. I just prefer the DC comics. But I think that most of the Marvel characters are just really pretentious.
All right, well, good debate.
Yeah, good debate.
Pineapple and pizza. Yes or no?
I definitely have an opinion.
Me too. I'm Megan, by the way.
I'm Ben.
And I do not think that pineapple belongs on pizza.
Why's that?
Because fruit doesn't belong on pizza. Pizza's not meant to be a sweet treat. It's not a cake, it's a pizza.
Well, I have some personal experience. I have worked at a local pizza place. We made our dough fresh, and pineapple is one of my favorite toppings. I think you can get good combinations with the sweet flavor and add in something that has a little kick to it, something like jalapenos. So that's one of my favorite combinations.
So, wait, you put pineapple and jalapenos on the same pizza?
Correct.
I mean, I can see jalapenos. Pineapple? No, that's crossing a line.
It's just the perfect combination because the jalapenos have that spice to it, and then the pineapple is that sweet flavor, and just the combination. You can't get that on anything else besides pizza.
I think that's because it's not meant to be on anything. But I mean, I guess to each their own, but I guess I'm a little bit biased because I'm not a fan of actual pineapple in general. I can taste like the tendons. I don't like the texture of it. But like I like pineapple flavored things, and I have given a genuine effort to liking pineapple on pizza, and it is gross. And I also don't like the ham that they put on pizza with pineapple either. So I'm like, maybe I should try it a different way. I thought it was so gross.
Well, it seems like I'm not changing your mind, but it was a good debate.
Are socks underwear? I'll bet this will stir up a debate.
Yes.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Socks or underwear?
Socks or underwear? Let me get my microphone on so we can compete on this. Somehow. Socks or underwear? Have you ever seen anybody running around in their socks?
Have you seen people running around in their underwear?
Yes. And
I've
there's a
seen
big
people-
difference. You can wear socks in a children's store, you won't get in trouble, but if you run around in your underwear, you're going to get in trouble.
That's due to society. If people want to run in their underwear, they will gladly run around in their underwear. If they want to go outside in their bra and panties, they can. I run around outside in my socks,
Right.
considered underwear. I can walk around in socks. Technically, undergarments and underwear are the same thing. Socks are undergarments. They go underneath your shoes, just like underwear goes underneath your clothes.
If I go to the women's lingerie department, I'm not going to see any socks.
But you're going to see pantyhose. It's the same thing.
They're still not underwear.
But they're considered underwear. They're still, if women are going to wear lingerie, they will attach garments and pantyhose to their lingerie and underwear to make them feel sexier. And if someone wants to wear knee-high socks with their underwear, it's considered underwear,
Then it makes them sexier.
which is considered underwear. So you're not disagreeing that it's underneath.
They're underneath my shoes, but that's about it.
Just like your underwear and your bras and your tanks are underneath your
I don't
clothing.
wear a bra.
I said tanks.
What's a
Considered
tank?
underwear. Strap tee. What are they called? What do guys call their? What do guys call their male tanks?
Tank top.
Same thing.
Well, it was fun
It's considered
debating
underwear.
with you.
Thank you. Socks are underwear.
I don't think I'll get in trouble if I take my shoes off, but if I take my pants off, I'll sit.
But who is stopping you?
My good conscience.
What actor plays the best Batman?
Think of as me again. We just happened to put them in an order. Okay.
Okay, which actor plays the best Batman? I guess my opinion is a little, once again, biased because I don't like what they've done with Batman. The best actor for Batman was Adam West.
Adam West was a very good actor for Batman, but Christian Bale raised the bar on the action was much more realistic, much more in tune with today's society. It's like a Red Bull commercial or something. It's not like a comic strip. I mean, in the old days when he's swinging Robin around and the cape is flying and they're swinging on the chandeliers.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm going for.
Right. It was just so staged. It was just.
Well, I liked the campiness of it and
Yeah.
like that, and that it felt like you were watching the comic instead of what Christian Bale did to Batman, where he's like, everything needs to be so dramatic. And it's just,
Well,
everything's so sad. And I just say, and Ben Affleck's just awful. But
well, the opposite side of that is you don't hear all the, what do you call that? Oh, let me get my bat boomerang out of my utility belt, and he pulls out something this big out of a space this big and all this.
you're just describing everything I love about Adam West Batman. He was hilarious and fun, and it was fun Batman,
Yeah.
but now we have serious sad Batman.
Yeah, now we have action. Before we had, like you said, the Muppets on Parade. You know, I was like, what is this? It's hard to watch Batman without laughing. The Adam West version. Hold on, Robin. Let me get the Bat supercomputer and find out exactly what happened.
But you don't miss it? You don't miss the fun campiness that
I
Batman once
actually grew
was?
up watching that. The first time I ever seen a color television was watching that. It was very exciting. And so yes, and then the worst thing I can ever remember about watching Batman as a kid, when it was the real Batman, was when you're right in the middle of it, the action was starting to get good, and somebody turned on the vacuum cleaner, and all of a sudden the TV would go to static.
Well, I guess I've never had that
Destroyed your
problem.
whole life. It's like ah. But no, I enjoyed it as a kid, but now that I've grown up, I want more action, more realism.
I guess that's where it goes, because I am still a kid at heart, and I want my kid Batman. Who is the most likely to start an apocalypse? Aliens, robots, or ourselves?
What's your opinion on who's going to start the apocalypse?
My opinion is ourselves. I believe it will not be because of aliens or robots, which it's a possibility, but not as big of a possibility as ourselves because of the things we do to the environment.
Well, on the terms of that, robots could be built by humans, so it could be humans starting the apocalypse. But the iRobot movie with Will Smith, when he they build the robots that then start to realize the best way to fix humanity is by killing humans. That would be a very, very likely outcome because of the way computers compute things.
I think that's a possibility if we survive that long to where robots are a thing in that manner, but I feel like what will come first is us destroying all our resources on our planet, and then it becomes survival of the fittest and we're all battling against each other.
All right, well, good opinion.
Are leggings pants?
I am currently wearing leggings as pants.
We're in trouble.
Well, hello again.
Yes, old school versus new school here.
As you can see, leggings are versatile. They can be worn with anything and are incredibly comfortable.
Well, I have to debate that. To me, as you call them leggings, those to me are spandex pants or something derived from spandex pants. Because leggings, when I grew up, were basically a sock that went from your ankle all the way to your upper thigh. But anyway,
I've never heard of such a garment that didn't go around the waist all the way.
No,
and these aren't spandex because they're made of cotton.
Right, they've changed them.
Yeah.
But the old leggings were what the figure skaters used to use when they just went from the
Aren't those just nylons then?
No, they're a thick woolen, basically a big sock that they wore from the ankle up to the, they were wearing something that looked like a swimming suit when they were skating, and then they would wear leggings.
So what do you think these should be called?
Pants.
Well,
honestly, they're just stretchy pants.
well, you don't ever call something just pants. There's dress pants, there's jeans, there's sweatpants.
Trousers.
That makes me think of like khakis.
Well, I'll call them trousers. How's that?
Well,
No,
I think that what you were calling would be like pantyhose, and these are leggings.
Well, pantyhose have a waist. These had no waist whatsoever. You'll have to look it up.
I will look it up. It's
Yeah.
worth a Google.
It's worth a Google. It'll make your eyes googly. Yeah, because when people say leggings, I still think of the original leggings.
Huh. Well, there's a new
Because they
definition
were
for
just-
legging in
they
town
were
now.
just covering the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't covering your underwear.
Socks or underwear?
When your leggings are covering your socks.
wear your socks over your leggings.
As you can wear your underwear over your pants.
They walked in as 6 strangers, and now they're walking out with a newfound connection and engagement with each other. Thank you all for watching. Make your case, and catch us next time.